Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 as we are playing as the Soviet Union. Alright, so we're picking up right where we left off last episode, though I did have to close the game for a second. I forgot I needed to make that video public. But yeah, we're going to have a Monday episode today. This will probably be the only Monday episode. That's the one day per week that we don't typically put any videos out. But yeah, let's go and just jump into it because it will be a shorter one. I don't have very much time to record. It's getting pretty late. So we're going to knock out the Comintern one. There's so many choices, guys. There's like a million choices to get. So many good things that I'd like to get here. Again, it's going to be a problem trying to get through the focus tree and get everything that we'd like to have. But let's go and get the Comintern one so we can do the Baltic security one. And then down to claims in the Baltic. So go and knock this one out. It's a 35-day focus. We did just get that 5th and final research slot, which is awesome. Because there's so many techs we have to get as well. We already have 2 in here going. I don't think we have one here, so we should probably get... Yeah, we should probably get something going here. We got these research bonuses too, so we can knock these out a bit quicker. We'll start with the engineer companies. 78 days. And remember, we left off building that medium tank, and we didn't finish it. We have the Japanese event. Is that with the... That might be the one here that's going to have our, let me just take a look here. Yeah, that will result in the border war with the Japanese here. Now, we don't want these guys training, essentially. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. How many days do we have till that happens? 28 days. We got some time, so we'll let them train a little bit. We need to keep our eyes on that, though, and then stop them from training, because they'll move over here and start the battle at whatever their experience level is, as well as whatever their organization level is. So that'll be a problem. I don't think we'll be able to get up to the experience level, honestly. We'll try. We need to give them time to get the organization back up, so we want to pull them out of that training army, essentially. We'll give it like another week. I think that should be enough for them to get the organization up. But let's go ahead and design that tank. The medium tank that we were doing that we never did finish. So we still need a name here for these guys. So let's go with the wet ammunition storage, the engine up to 2, the armor up to 8, and again the low reliability. It's not great, guys. I know that the reliability could be much higher. I suppose we could give up some breakthrough here and increase the, Yeah, when I put this here, I was just thinking about breakthrough. But is that the best way to get breakthrough? That's another thing to consider. Because you're getting 1.2 here. Like if we were to change this up, I mean, these are all things that you just kind of got to test to find out. And then also you can increase the speed here. And then you could reduce the amount of points you have into your engine. So this is another way to do it. So we might want to like write these down again and compare them. So if you're like put the Christie suspension on there, so you're going to gain some reliability, and thus you can also, because the engine's faster, you can also now pull back a little bit on that. And what's the other thing what did we just lose here? We lost breakthrough, and so we could like increase the armor by a slight amount until you have back at the max speed at 8.1. And so now you can kind of compare these and see how they look. As far as breakthrough goes, I mean, the breakthrough is slightly lower. You lost 2 breakthrough. Yeah, almost 2 points in breakthrough. So that's not surprising, because that was a pretty big breakthrough bonus that we had there. Production cost has gone up by 0.5, so that's negative. But look at the armor. The armor is a lot higher. Went up by 6 points. Speed's the same, and the reliability is up by 3%. I think I'd prefer to have the breakthrough, honestly, in this particular case. Because armor is only beneficial up to a point. You know, it's all about how it compares to piercing, while breakthrough is always helpful. We'll stick with this one for the reliability. And then just take off some of the armor here until you get down to, I think that's what we had it at. Yeah, that looks good. Again, you have more breakthrough for a little bit of reliability, lower production costs, and a little bit lower armor as well. So I think this is the best way to go. I like this. Let me know your guys' opinion, though, with all these designs we looked at, what you thought was the best one. As far as the best match here, is that really the best match? Is that what we want to use? I said I was going to use the best match the whole time, so I guess we'll keep using the best match. But yeah, that's not quite the way that it looks here, is it? I mean, you can just grab anything and use it, I suppose. But yeah, I said I'd use the best match. I guess we'll continue using the best match. That's kind of a strange one, right? But yeah, let's go and save that. And get a building. Yeah, I'm not entirely sold on the best match of the looks here. Yeah, I'm not big on them. But yeah, we've got them built. We got the experience spent. So let's go and put some factories into these. We obviously don't want to put too many factories into them initially here. Because we have so many other issues that we need to solve. Maybe 5 factories would be good, I think. Yeah, I think that's a good start here for us. Alright, so as we get more factories built, they'll go into the medium tanks. Now, we still need the self-propelled, the medium self-propelled, so we got to get those. Give it a little bit more time here. I'm trying to get those troops up to the next experience level, because that's a plus 25% bonus in combat, so it makes it even more likely that they'll perform well there. As far as the next thing we need to get here, could continue with those there, but you know what? Let's just focus on production stuff, guys, since that's really our issue now. Or it has been our issue, I suppose. I just don't think we'll get there in time. Yeah, we're not going to get them trained in time. Alright, well, with that in mind, let's go and pull them out and put them into a separate army here. And maybe these ones as well. Stop them from training too. Don't know if they'll assign a commander or anything. Maybe we'll go ahead and put somebody here just in case. I'll put this guy here for now. I don't remember how it works. But yeah, we got the railway guns done. So now we could also go ahead and get the next civilian one. This is, you know, cheaper trains, but I think we'll stay with the armor trains. I don't want to use any more research on this either. So let's go ahead and go after maybe another one of these. We do need the mechanized as well, and that automatically increases the hardness for the motorized troops. We also need to get the mountain infantry too. This is ahead of time though. Yeah, it's not 1940, so we don't want to get that yet. So we'll just wait on that one. We could go and get the anti-air upgrade. We eventually need to get it. Or we can go and start doing the radio detection to get the next radios. You know what? We should do that. Those are so helpful for the tanks. We'll start researching those now. Alright, so these guys here will now get their organization back up in time, hopefully, for this event happening in 2 weeks here. We're going to try and make as much progress as we can, guys. Of course, it's going to be a shorter episode, so we'll see what we can do. We got the construction too. Excellent. Don't think we need excavation right now. Nah, tungsten is good. Yeah, I don't think that's the best use of our research slot at the moment. Not with everything that we need. Could get more naval techs, but I'm not going to do that, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and improve some of these. There's so many of these to get. So let's go after logistics, because, you know, supply is so important now. And we do have a decision available. Any of the resource ones we probably won't do unless they are for tungsten. How are we doing on aluminum? I know we have a lot, but yeah, we could, I suppose, do those ones. We'll see when they pop up. Which, these won't pop up anytime soon because we're not getting those techs. We don't need chromium. And we can keep the oil one up there, I suppose. Alright, so we don't get notified of these. We don't need to be. Don't really have any experience right now for doing anything just yet. Still waiting on getting more political power here. This breaks out here very soon. We'll see how close our troops were to getting their organization up. They almost got it all the way up. It could be worse. Alright, so they'll all start moving over here. And it did break them off into a separate army and put a new commander there. Okay. I wasn't sure exactly how it would work. Alright, so they're all in their own separate army, so these guys don't. This one doesn't matter. We'll just put it back into here then. In this case. And we already defeated them. Wow, that was quick. So now we have a one-time bonus to reducing the cost of a land doctrine. That's what it said, right? Land doctrine reduction? Yeah. The negative 35%. So we can get one for 85 experience. Alright. So yeah, that was knocked out nice and easy. That's what I like to see. Let's go ahead and move. I'm not entirely sure why we have a tank over here. We don't really need a tank over here, do we? Let's move a tank. I mean, I guess it was helpful for this war, but let's move this guy back over to here, where we'll actually need him. We'll move him over to here. It'll take him forever, but he has those railroads to go on this time. So let's just take these units and spread them out a little bit. And, you know, also let's put them into this training army, of course. We need to do that as well. Okay, so let's take one and put them into each of these provinces here. Although I might not want to put them there because that's where we're having supply issues. We got the Comintern focus knocked out. Excellent. So let's go ahead and do the Baltic security one next. That's going to be 35 days. And we should probably do the material designer next. We should also do the theorist so that we can get the knock out the doctrines quicker, which we will do the military theorist. We can't do Zhukov because it's only for mass assault and we don't have the focus necessary anyways. But we have to do one that will give us a land doctrine bonus for any of them since we're not doing mass assault. And yeah, I don't see doing the air. Yeah, I don't see doing air or naval ones before we do land. So yeah, we'll do that one here. It's going to be 100 political power, but I don't think that should be our priority. I think we should instead get the material designer first. And then we're going to want to start getting some military high command for more army experience. But over here, we will be getting the infantry equipment designer. That's going to give us a plus 15% research bonus. We do need to get those. I've actually been waiting to get those. And the Germans have fired the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, and we will be doing that. That'll give us all those claims. We'll definitely sign the treaty here. So we could justify a war goal for all our claimed states, and I think you can get it pretty quick. Yeah, 90 days here if we wanted to declare war on Poland, but of course doing so would result in the British going to war with us. They are guaranteeing the Polish, so we don't want to do that. Alright, so we'll go after the Baltic states next. I want to say there are some focuses with Poland. We'll have to take a look at that next time we go on the focus tree, since we are on that side of the focus tree now that we've been working on. We got the anti-tank upgrades, awesome. That opens up this one to get more piercing, so that's really helpful. I don't think we could have put it on our medium tanks, though. Yeah, I don't think we would have been able to do that with the current design that we have. So let's go ahead and go after... We have two over here, so we're not going to do any more of those. We just got that research bonus over here. So let's go ahead and... Didn't we have a actual research bonus, though? Like a percentage? That could apply somewhere else? That could apply to these, maybe? No? These are a completely separate one. Yeah, I thought we had a research bonus over here. I don't know what we could have used it for. Did we lose it? I don't think I've never recall ever losing those before. Yeah, we don't have any more, but we do have the bonus that we just got from not getting the material designer. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened to the bonus here. But yeah, we'll go after this one. We need to get these. So let's get them now. Yeah, I don't know what happened to those research bonuses that we had. Just looking to see if there's anybody who's lacking supply. Yep, over here. We got too many troops over here. Okay, so we're going to have to continue spreading out this Red Army. Again, it's kind of problematic. They can't really like have very many divisions in any province without them having like some supply issues. They're not major supply issues, but there's some supply issues. Suppose we can move some of these. Yeah, we're going to need some of them over here, actually. Let's move quite a few of them, in fact. We'll move like 6 of them over here. Do need to get all of our borders set up eventually. Again, we're okay for right now, though. It's not a problem. We do need to train up troops, though. How are we doing on equipment? I know we got manpower. We're good in that regard. Infantry equipment's still an issue. Support equipment's not. So what we could do is start adding those support companies. And yeah, it's just more military factories, guys. It's going to be a focus on military factories for a time. Alright, so yeah, more military factories. And let's go ahead and change up some of these division designs. So we've already got these guys up to the 42. I've been thinking about giving them the logistic companies so they eat up less supply. That'd be an option, I suppose, but it's not going to be our priority here. Instead, let's finish some of these other troops that will be fighting, doing the fighting. The Crimson tanks are just about done, but not quite. We still need to make a few adjustments to them. I want to get more self-propelled artillery into them. I feel like the motorized is fine for the current organization, but it might get a lot worse. Yeah, it could end up getting a lot worse here. We do need to get logistic companies into many of our division designs. So let's go and start with the tanks here. That's further reducing organization. The next thing we want to do, we're probably going to take the support artillery out, actually. Oh, we don't have very much experience. All right, well, we're going to go and get this for now. Yeah, we are lacking experience right now. All right, so we can't really make that many adjustments. I was going to make a bunch of adjustments to the division designs, but unfortunately the experience is an issue. All right, so Baltic security, that will result in the communist influence increasing in all those locations. But this is the one we need here to try and make sure we get those guys annexed. It's a 70-day one. Could wait to get that just a little bit, but I don't think we're gonna. Let's knock it out. Oh yes, I was going to take a look at those other possible focuses that are in here. So the Poland one is next, as is the Leningrad. You have to do one of these first before you're able to get either of these. So with secure Leningrad, that gives you the claim there. Also starts increasing communist pressure there, and then you can demand that state from them, and they have the choice to give it to you or not. This here will result in communist pressure in all of the Nordic countries. Okay, so that'd be an option too, because we're actually using our guy right now to do that, our operatives. And then this is the claim on Poland one. And then we can try and, I don't know if you can make a demand of it. It doesn't look like, okay, you gotta make the demand down here. That just gives you the claim. And so you can make the demand here, in which case they'd have to approve of it. And this one you can offer them protection in exchange for that. So those are all choices on what to do at Poland, but yeah, that's 2 70-day focuses to get down there. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many things that we need in that focus tree. I said I'd talk about this in a future video, but yeah, it's a problem that we've seen in other focus trees. And I know the idea here is that you're not going to get everything, and that's not my complaint with the focus tree. I just want to get something here. Because, yeah, I don't expect that. I like that you have to make choices. That you have to pick, one focus branch or the other. You can't get everything. You want everything. But you'd have to, maybe late 1940s you would get everything. You got to make choices. We should probably get the military police, guys. I think we're using a lot for our garrisons. Although it's a lot less than we were using. I'm not sure how resistance is looking. It's pretty good overall. Yeah. And then as for the compliance, that's slow going, but we're getting up there. Compliance is not as bad as it could be. So yeah, it's a decent amount here of equipment and manpower we're investing. That's really not that bad, honestly. And it'll keep getting better. We get those MPs, it gets even better. And we're gonna need that because we're gonna continue occupying territory. And I mean, this would be occupied territory as well. So getting the MPs, I think, would help all around. We got the logistic companies. Excellent. No more research bonuses over here, unfortunately. All right, so that's a bummer. Recon company, I think we'll probably wait to improve those. Yeah, I think we're going to wait to improve those. And you know what? I kind of feel like we're going to just have the one investing here for now. Because there's a lot of other things that we could be working on at the moment. Like we could go and knock that out real quick. Just trying to get as much done before 1940. We still have to get that anti-air. Yeah, once 1940 hits, we're going to have a ton of stuff to be getting. Yeah, let's go ahead and do these ones, guys. We'll do this one first, and then we'll do the anti-air. And their supply issue, probably because they're in this marsh here. Yeah. So you do still have these supply issues all along this front. Now, we get the claims in the Baltic, so let's go ahead and get our division going over there, or excuse me, our army going over there. We'll just use Zhukov, and we'll split his army up between these two locations, I think. Yeah, we'll just split the army up between the two. And in order to make sure we don't have too many supply issues, we should probably move all of the other units here away to other locations. Yeah, I think that's what we should probably do. How are we doing on supply down here with these guys? So you actually have plenty of supply here. Let's go ahead and get some troops moving up to the borders here. Don't really need them against the Greeks, I suppose, but we'll put them over here anyways. And yeah, then maybe we'll put Put some more troops over here. I mean, I guess you don't really need it. Not with those guys anyway. You got those troops there. Just making sure the entire front is currently having like at least one division in it. Again, we're not going to be surprised with war breaking out or anything, but yeah, I feel like we have plenty of these defensive divisions. In fact, I think we're going to go ahead and start switching some of these over. We have the artillery, so this will be 8. We're going to change them up to the Bloody Sickles. And they'll continue training, and we're going to need to move them somewhere. There's not going to be anywhere where they get supply. We'll move some of them over there, and then the rest will move out to some of these other areas. I guess there'll be areas opened up, because we're going to move the Red Army over to here. And they're training, right? Yep, they're currently training. Alright, so let's go ahead and get them set up on 2 separate fronts here. We're going to want one here, and one here. And we'll probably just split them down the middle. Might not want a full army here. I think supply would be a serious issue if we try and put the full army on here. And it's unnecessary too. Yeah, it's really not necessary. So what we might go ahead and do is pull a few divisions out, like maybe some of these mountain troops. This is not even a mountainous area. And just put these guys into this army here. And then bring them down here somewhere. Maybe even 2 more, actually, because I'm worried about the supply here. I think supply is going to be a major issue. Let's pull these guys out as well. Movement to Romania. Alright, and so then we'll take these 20 divisions and split them up. That's what I'm thinking. We have a ton of mountain troops in this army. I guess we had them fighting in Turkey. It made sense for me to do it back then. You know what? We're going to take more of them out. Alright, so I think that looks good. We got 10 and 10. We'll see how the supply is. Because, yeah, supply is not great along this border here. Yeah, you can see right here, it's just horrible. Yeah, we're going to have to at least go over to motorized. Although I don't know how well this is going to reach over here. Yeah, that doesn't even really reach them. We'll put them on motorized anyway. But yeah, we'll have to increase this one too. And then the closest one to these guys would be this one, I suppose. Yeah, just going to have to supply this entire front. Now, there is an option. I haven't showed this yet. So let's just look at it real quick. There's an option up along here, just like when you have the planes attaching the air wings to them. So it's along that same bar there. There's 2 new ones here. So this is motorization priority. And so if you change this here, then wherever the army is, they'll automatically change any supply hubs over to the motorized. You can do the same thing with the railway guns and assign railway guns to them like you do with the Air Force, so you don't have to micromanage all that. Now, I don't use the Air Force one because the AI is horrible managing the Air Force. I have a whole video where I talked about that, where they constantly move your planes around, dipping from airbase to airbase and moving them from zone to zone, completely reducing their efficiency and making them garbage. So I don't attach planes to my army, I just manage them myself. Even if sometimes it results in inefficiency as you forget to move the planes, it's still better than having the AI manage it. I probably won't do that with the railway guns either. I'll just move myself because I think the AI wouldn't do it right. And the motorization one, the only thing with that one's not a bad one. I see that being the one that out of the 3 of these that I might actually use. The only issue though, of course, is what if you don't need the motorized? I don't know if it changes automatically, even if you don't need it. You might be able to change this up and be okay, I suppose. We'd have to test that, honestly. And then that way, alright, so you're going to see war happen over there with the Polish and the Germans. But yeah, that way it would change automatically. I don't even know if it changes it on here either. There we go. World War II just started, guys. Poland joined the Allies, Italy joined the Axis, and the war has started. Yeah, we're not in a bad situation now that we've changed these all over to motorized. We finished decrypting the Italians right when the war started. So we'll start with the Japanese. I don't know if we'll end up at war with them or not, but it would be worth having. With them going with the historical AI focuses, you would assume that they wouldn't declare war on us, because they're not supposed to, but the historical AI focuses on. I guess we want all these guys coming over here. I think it's worth having though, just in case. We don't want to do any war propaganda right now. War sport's actually not in a bad location here. The stability is what we're hurting on. Yeah, we're bringing these guys here just in case they refuse our ultimatum. We'll keep training them, even though I think we're almost done with the focus. It's a 70-day one, so we still got 20-something days left. All right, so it's gonna be a little bit longer. But yeah, there's some supply issues here. It's really not bad though. Look at how quickly the Polish fell. Wow, yeah, that was really quick. The Germans just rolled right over Poland, and they beat them faster. Well, actually, I don't know when it started. It might have started in August, didn't it? If it had started at the historical time, September 1st, then I was going to say that they had beat them in half the time it took for Germany to do it historically. But, you know, I think the war started in August. I don't know when. But it was pretty close to the historical time. They did that quickly. Quicker than Germany typically does. So I don't know if that was because Poland was really weak or because Germany is really powerful. I guess we'll find out as they move troops onto the border, huh? We'll see how it looks. Oh, and they honored the pact. You know, I was kind of thinking they wouldn't. Honestly, I was thinking they weren't going to honor it. But I guess because it's historical AI, maybe they do. Because a lot of times the AI Germany will not do that. All right, so we got all this territory. All right, so that changes the border here. And now it doesn't make this as big of a deal. And we won't be able to easily cut them off anymore either. I guess you have a point here, kind of, that you can do it. But yeah, we're not going to be able to cut off a ton of German troops anymore. All right, well, that's fine. Whatever. Let's go ahead and move all our troops. So yeah, we're going to pull them out and create a front line up along this border here. And we're going to want a full-size army over there. So probably put these guys... You know what? We actually have a lot of divisions sitting around. We'll probably have 2 defensive armies over here just because of, you know... We can only put 24 divisions, obviously. Oops. Oh yeah, that's fine. And we'll give them a planning bonus, even if they're not going to be attacking. This is just a defensive army. We'll give them a planning bonus. So we'll get to moving over there. That's going to give us a lot more civilian factories. So it's going to build more military factories with those civilian factories. We're going to want to step this up. But yeah, now we have more space here to fall back, if necessary. But again, you don't get to cut all those German troops off, which would have been helpful. Because yeah, I did this on my test playthrough and I cut them off right there, and I don't know how many troops it was. But I'll tell you what, within, I think, a month of the war, maybe 2 months of the war. Yeah, okay, it was 2 or 3 months, that's what it was. Like 2 or 3 months into the war, I'd killed almost 1 million Germans. I just kept cutting them off and destroying them using the railroads. You know, the new system. The Dutch have just been attacked. Germany's moving rapidly. We've already bypassed that one. And we might have bypassed another one that claims on Poland. Yeah. We've completed all that. So what does that unlock down here? So we can demand Balkan submission here. And so this is for Yugoslavia, Greece, and Bulgaria. And we can start sending ultimatums to them. Or we can seek Balkan cooperation. That'd be an option as well. Then we have the secure Leningrad one too. There are so many things to get, guys. We can't just get these ones. Like, while I would want to get the political ones, we just can't do only those. Like, there are so many things that we absolutely need to get right now. For instance, we still have that horrible situation with the Air Force. This would give you military factories. But yeah, we absolutely need to get some of these. And this one would make the aircraft designer cost 25% cheaper, save us some political power, I suppose. And this gets rid of some of those penalties, and that gets you some air experience. But then we also have the 5-year plans too, which would help us out quite a bit, especially because of the fact that we have all these problems with our equipment. Just looking at what we'd want to do. At the very least, I want to get this first one here, because this will result in quicker production efficiency growth. We've already gotten the industrial concerns. That doesn't help us, but there's research bonuses to be had here. However, you're also going to use some of your civilian factories. Yeah, you're going to lose some of your civilian factories. It's going to go into consumer goods. And then you have the 2 options here on which route to go with between these 2. I would probably go with this one, I think. So we can construct those military factories quicker. Also gives research bonuses for the infantry weapons. I think that'd be the better route to go. Although this one just gives you straight civilian factories. I guess it's which one of these two you want would play a role as well. Oh, that's factory output. Yeah, we want to go with that one. You can get efficiency, growth, and base, production, research bonuses, and a plus 2% factory. This gives you cap and retention, and then some ahead of time penalty reductions here for the industrial tax. Yeah, I feel like this would be the route you'd go. And these ones would be nice. I don't think we'd go for those, though this one gives you a plus 5% factory output, so that one's a really good one too. These are 35 days. I'd like to get that one, but you have to have rubber process in already research, which we don't have. Remember, we can only get these ones as long as we're out of war with a major power. So if we want to get those, we're going to have to get them sooner rather than later, because then we won't be able to get them. So that's an option. We still have to get rid of this one. We still have the problem with, you know what? I think we're going to get that, because that would help with political power and stability. And we got to get rid of Trotsky. And it gives us another operative, which is always helpful. And it's a 35-day one, is what I'm thinking, of why I want to get that one. Yeah, there are like so many good stuff to get here, guys. Yeah, and then you got this branch as well. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with the Behead the Snake. It's a 35-day one, and the stability is hitting us hard on the factory output. That's what I'm considering, is the stability. We're getting hit by 15% total, and I think all of that is from Trotsky. And so that's pretty big. A lot of people don't, really consider stability as much as they should. It's a powerful thing. That's really important to consider. Let's go ahead and get these guys moving over to their front as well. We'll just put them in a separate army for now. Not really concerned about generals or colors or any kind of that stuff just yet. Put them onto the Hungarian border there, because I assume they will join the Axis. And then we'll want to get another front here. I don't know if we'll put those guys into it. I don't know if we're going to put those just yet. And then have them go here. We're just going to start getting this going some. Oh, you know what? I messed that up. Yeah, that's not what we wanted to do at all, is it? Let's delete that. We're supposed to pull these guys, put them into their own separate army here. And here we go. And then we'll probably just put these guys into that same army and just give them their own front over here. Excellent. Again, we'll make different improvements. I'm just trying to get the basics set up here, and to see do we need to put more divisions over here and get them to move themselves so I don't have to move them. So that's more production efficiency cap, super helpful. Anything for production is going to help us out here. So I think the next thing we said we were going to get is anti-air, 85 days. I do expect the Germans will control the skies. We need to send these ultimatums off. I forgot about that. So we will make sure that nobody's training here. Yep, just in case we do end up going to war. It's going to be Estonia first. We'll send that one off. And this is going to consume a lot of our political power, unfortunately. Another reason to get rid of Trotsky, because that's hitting us on the political power too. So he hurts the stability and the political power. The Dutch just surrendered. Yeah, they're just pushing through here. We could send volunteers to help the French. I was thinking if we end up at war here, though, I wonder if they'd take our volunteers. I know we can't send that full army there. But yeah, I almost want to send some volunteers to help the French out, just to try and keep them in the war longer. It's probably not going to be... We probably won't get there in time. Yeah. We can try, though. Why not? I didn't really think about that. So yeah, we probably should have sent them months ago. But let's go ahead and get... I guess we're going to go ahead and do this one, so we get the better infantry equipment out there. Yeah, I think we're going to try and send them some volunteers. How many can we send? Was it 7? I think it said 7. Yeah, 7, because we haven't really built very many divisions here. We're still short on infantry equipment. And we still have to make all those adjustments to our division designs as well. We got a lot of adjustments that need to be made. We just haven't had the experience. So we can send 7 divisions. So let's just go ahead and grab 7 that are kind of sitting around, create a new army here. You know what? We're going to change these guys up to a tank division. Crimson tanks here. And then, yeah, just take tanks that are sitting around and create a new army here. And we'd need to get... Do we need any mountain troops? Would they help? I guess you got some mountains. We could send a couple mountain troops. Why not? We'll just take these two and put them into our new army here. We'll want to change their colors and all that kind of good stuff. We'll make them blue for France. And another heart, because we love them. So that'll be the 7 divisions we send. We do need to give them a commander. And don't want to give them somebody too good, considering the fact that, again, if we were to be successful, which I don't think we will be, but let's just pretend we're successful, then they'd be over there until Germany eventually declared war on us. So who do we want to train up here? Here's a level 3 here with the infantry officer and decent stats. Again, I'm trying to train people. He's got the trickster, but he's not very good at attack. But I guess we're going to be largely staying on defense. Well, maybe not. We have those tanks. We'll put this guy in charge. And see if they'll even take them. I don't even know if they're willing to take the volunteers. You would think they wouldn't turn us down. Yeah, let's go ahead and send them some volunteers. They accepted them. They'll get there in 25th of October. So we'll see if France is still alive at that time. They might not even get there in time. Again, I should have sent them a long time ago. I just didn't even think about it. The next thing we'd want to get here... We haven't really added a lot of this stuff into them just yet. Could see adding the maintenance companies or the field hospitals. Let me just see if there's anything 1939 wise. Probably should do the mountain infantry, honestly. Let's do the mountain infantry. I also wanted to get paratroopers. I wanted to use some paratroopers. But yeah, we don't have their design ready yet for that to even bother building them just yet. I guess we'll see if they're even still around. It doesn't look like they will be. We'll get them there and then they'll capitulate. Yeah, 25th of October is how long we have until we get there. And then I guess the Germans will declare war on the Danes soon. There we go. And then Norway right after that. With this one, we're just going to keep on going down these guys so that we can get the radar, the improved radio, and of course more radar stations are helpful too. Let me make sure we're building military factories. We are. Do these not like build on their, like repair on their own anymore? Because it seems like they've been in there forever. Oh, these are the Polish ones. Okay, that makes sense. They also just declared war on Norway. We haven't looked at Sweden in a while. We're at 41% right now on the communist support there. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get there in time, guys. We were able to annex Estonia. Excellent. All right, so that worked out well. Let's go ahead and get all the Red Army moving over to here. And then we'll take a look at the train situation here, the railroads. You got level 2s here that goes all up along the coast, but you got to build a level 1 for that to continue. We'll just see how it looks, guys. I want to see what... I guess you can look at it now. Yeah, I guess you'd have to use the railroads that go through here. Unless you want to have to build railroads that go all the way down this way. I suppose you could. But it looks like it doesn't connect right there. I mean, I think it does, and it's not showing us that. Yeah, I think it does connect right there, honestly. Let me just double check here. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's... I mean, you can see it connects right there. Alright. So yeah, you could have it go through here, I suppose, and then that's your main railroad station there. We'll wait until we get control of this. If the supply is really bad, then we'll just, change up our motorized levels here. If we want to go and pull back on this, so we don't have troops over here anymore. Alright, so they'll all go over there and we'll take a look at what the situation is here on the supply. Unfortunately, we are going to have to end the episode. We'll have to wait to take the next decision because we don't have enough political power. I think it was 75, wasn't it? Yeah, 75 political power to send the next one off to Latvia. So we'll do that next episode. We do have to end this one here, unfortunately. We can pull back on those a bit. So we can put more into... I mean, I really feel like we should put into infantry equipment. We're so short on that. So I put more into infantry equipment. And then, of course, we need more light tanks. And do more into medium tanks as well so we can start getting those built. And then perhaps like one more into the self-propelled artillery. And more into fighters and closed air support eventually. All right, so that means we'd want to build more military. Well, we already have a lot of military factories building, but we're probably gonna need more of them, a lot more. Next episode, we'll get the volunteers there. I expect that France will capitulate probably as soon as we get there. Honestly, Paris is almost taken. So I sent them off a little bit too late. I should have sent them off much earlier than I did. So that's unfortunate, but it's fine. This fits more of the historical nature of the campaign. The Germans are beating the French quick. They're going to knock them out, and that means that they're going to be able to focus exclusively, because they'll have Denmark done by then. They'll be able to focus exclusively when it comes to their land warfare on our front, which means they're going to hit us hard with a lot of divisions. And it's a small front as well, which means their army is going to be massed. Now, we can mass our own army as well on that small front, try and make it really difficult for them to advance. We might want to start building forts or something, like a fortified line. I do expect we'll lose Poland. But yeah, we don't want to have to get pushed back further than that. We're going to make it as difficult as we can, though. We'll see what we can do, guys, and we'll see what their borders look like. We are going to be launching our own offensives, of course, as well. Let's see what happens. We'll be in a better state than Soviet Union was historically, I think. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.